So indoor air can be 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. Kind of gross, right? So if your child struggles with allergies, we want to make environmental modifications that support their system and help them through each allergy season. We can't cut down all the trees or dig up all the grasses. And in my experience, most people would sooner get rid of their children than the pets that the kids might have allergies to. I'm kidding, but so many parents over the years have had the pets longer than they've had the kids. So we need to figure out how to coexist with the pets even if we have an allergy. The good news though is there are science-backed ways to decrease your child's exposure to their allergens, which can help their systems go through allergy seasons, hopefully with fewer symptoms. My name is Dr. Sheila Kilbane. I'm a board-certified pediatrician trained in integrative medicine or holistic medicine in Charlotte, North Carolina. I help parents get to the root of their child's health issues using the best of conventional and integrative medicine. If you're new to my YouTube channel, subscribe below, join our email list. You won't miss any of the videos as they're coming out, and share this information with anyone you think might be helped by this info. In this video, I am going to talk about how to decrease their exposure. So let us jump in. I have a great handout that I've used for years in my practice. It's allergy avoidance tips. So we will have this linked below. And you know how life throws you interesting curveballs that you could never imagine while they're happening, how positively impactful they would be down the road. So at one point in time, when I first got out of residency, I realized that about 50 to 60% of what I was seeing on a daily basis in general pediatrics was allergies. So I started to, and at that point in time, I realized that I could do environmental allergy testing through a blood draw in my practice, and I didn't have to send the kids to an allergist unless it was something really severe or serious that we needed additional help with, or if I thought they needed immunotherapy, which, right, allergy shots, or now we've got oral and sublingual immunotherapy. At any rate, once you do allergy testing, then we have to know what to do with the allergies. And in terms of integrative medicine, I've made several videos about how to address allergies naturally. And in my book, Healthy Kids, Happy Moms, 7 Steps to Heal and Prevent Common Childhood Illnesses, I go through the nutrition that we need to do. I go through supplements. I go through the gut microbiome. So the first section, the 10 chapters go through the science. The second section is the how-to and how to make these nutrition changes at home, right? Decreasing sugar, decreasing processed foods, and if we need to pull things like dairy or gluten out of the diet, it goes through how to do that. And then the third chapter, or the third section, are recipes. Because we want to do these allergy avoidance tips, we also want to make sure that we're supporting their system and their nutrition. So when it comes to these allergy avoidance, what do we do? So the first thing is animal allergies. So animal dander, it can be the saliva, it can be the dander, it can be in their urine, but the dander is more airborne. And so if your child has an allergy and you're keeping the animal, you want to make sure to keep the animal out of the bedroom, right? We want to keep, kids are in their bedrooms, hopefully 10, 12 plus hours a night, and then maybe for naps. So we want to keep that a safe space. And because they're lighter and airborne, you can put a HEPA filter in their bedroom, and that's going to decrease the air content of the dander. If they have carpeting, ideally you would pull the carpeting up. And then when it comes to cat dander, it's very, very sticky. So you can even wash the walls. It can take up to 6 months to get cat dander out of a bedroom. So number one, keep the bedroom a safe space when it comes to animal allergies. And then keep the area where you keep the animal, try to keep your cat or your dog or whatever animal it is that your child is allergic to. Try not to have carpeting, try to have it be an area that is easy to clean. And then, because most kids are gonna love the pets, right? So then hopefully they can be around them and not have a big flare up. Okay, the second thing is, I talked about the HEPA air filters. So having a HEPA air filter in the bedroom, if there is an animal allergy, then you keep the pet. The third thing is vacuuming with a HEPA filter once or twice a week. So we just want to keep those allergens. We want to keep the space as clean as possible. And dust with a damp cloth once or twice a week. In this particularly also, if your child has a dust mite allergy, you want to make sure that you're dusting the bedroom at least once or twice a week. You want to keep the bedroom as clutter-free as possible. So you don't want to have a lot of books, you don't want to have a lot of pillows, stuffed animals, have them pick one or two that they love and wash them in hot water. 130 degrees or more kills dust mites. But you have to be careful with kids because we want to keep the hot water heaters 120 degrees or below when you have kids at home so that the water coming out of the faucet doesn't scald them. So just be careful. And 120, 130 degrees, the 120 degrees should kill the dust mites. So washing the sheets, the blankets, blankets maybe once a month, sheets and pillows once a week. And you want to have the dust mite cover over the mattress. And we're gonna link to all of these things in the video and then in the notes below so that you can find them easily. The dust mites are heavier, so they sink. So the HEPA filters they're not gonna make as big a difference with dust mites. But the other thing you wanna be careful, if they're sleeping on an older mattress and you haven't had it covered, if the mattress is 10 years old, ideally you would get a new mattress and then put the plastic cover over it. I had a patient that I write about in my book who had a really severe dust mite allergy, and he was sleeping on a mattress that had been his uncle's from when his uncle was in college. Threw the mattress away, and this little boy was also sensitive to dairy, got rid of dairy. His symptoms improved significantly. He was no longer mouth breathing, right? His nasal congestion cleared up, so he was able to breathe through his nose. He wasn't getting wheezing flare-ups like he had been. He was sleeping better. So when you decrease their exposure to the allergens, the symptoms improve. And that's why I also love allergy testing. I have another video on how to do allergy testing and how to talk to your pediatrician about that. In terms of outdoor allergens, so trees, grasses, weeds, those mold can be indoor and outdoor. Those are going to be blowing and they're going to get in the hair, they're going to be in the clothes. So you want to take a shower or a bath before going to bed during spring and fall if your kids have trees or grass allergy. And then when it comes to molds are a little bit of a different situation because molds can be, well, when it comes to just, simple mold allergies, you want to avoid leaf piles, just in general, barns, hay, those things are going to have a lot of mold if your child has a mold allergy. But you also want to be careful in water damaged buildings because that can create inflammation that may not show up on an allergy test. So I will use me as an example. I recently bought a house, it's an older house here in Charlotte, and there was water damage everywhere. And we just found out that there's mold in the crawl space, there's mold in the HVAC. So we had to move out. I figured it out because I actually don't have any allergies, but I was getting congested. I was waking up congested, and as soon as I would go into the house, my nose would start running. So we had it tested, and we're gonna have to get it all cleaned up before we move back in, which is so much fun. And so that's mold. And then the last thing are cockroaches, right? So with cockroaches, it's the saliva, it's the feces, and they shed their skin. So those are all the things that can trigger, and especially with asthma, it's a big trigger. So if you have cockroaches, right, professional extermination, and then you just want to clean everything. You also want to be careful with boxes that you bring in, maybe from grocery stores. Those tend to attract cockroaches, or you may have brought them in from the store or the warehouse. So if you get things right, we all order things online so much. You want to unbox it and then get rid of the boxes. All right, I hope this was helpful. Share this information with anyone you think might be helped by this. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you like this information and you want more. And join us. My mission is to help 1 million children, hopefully more, get off medications they may not need. And my practice is in Charlotte, North Carolina, so reach out if you need more individualized help. Thanks so much.